Welcome to the Deep Dive by Outlier, where we uncover the market's hidden trends and give you the edge you need. Head on over to ovtlyr.com right now to save time, make money, and start winning with less risk today. Now let's jump right in.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're diving headfirst into the world of banking mergers and acquisitions. You know, the kind where billions are on the line and CEOs make moves that could make or break empires.
It's high stakes, that's for sure. And today, the spotlight's on Andrea Orcel, UniCredit CEO.
Right.
He's been making headlines with his bold plans.
Old is putting it mildly.
To potentially acquire not one, but two major banks.
Two? Okay, let's name them.
Banco BPM, that's in Italy.
Okay.
And Commerzbank in Germany.
Now, UniCredit has been on a roll, right? I mean, 15 quarters of straight growth, share price up over 60% this year alone, their credit ratings rock solid. Why risk it all with these massive acquisitions?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? I think Orcel's playing chess, not checkers. He sees the bigger picture, the changing landscape of banking.
Okay, so what's he seeing that we're not?
He's anticipating future challenges, preparing UniCredit for the long game.
Like what? What kind of challenges?
One big one is interest rates. When they rise, banks usually make more from lending.
Right, that's the basics.
But UniCredit's actually more vulnerable to these shifts than some of its rivals.
Why?
Because they have a smaller presence in asset management and bank assurance. These areas tend to provide a more stable income stream, less affected by those interest rate swings.
Gotcha, so they don't have that buffer.
Exactly.
So acquiring Commerzbank and Banco BPM, that's his way of diversifying, building in some of that stability.
Exactly. Hedging their bets, so to speak, against future risks. Smart move, if you ask me.
Makes sense. But let's get specific. Why these two banks? Let's start with Banco BPM. What makes them such a tempting target?
Well, there's a bit of a backstory here.
I love a good backstory. Lay it on me.
So Banco BPM recently acquired a stake in Monte dei Paschi, the world's oldest bank. And get this, UniCredit had previously tried to buy it.
Wait, I remember that. Wasn't there some legal issue with that deal?
There was. It triggered something called a passivity rule, basically limiting Banco BPM's ability to make big moves for a certain period.
Kind of like a financial timeout?
Exactly, and that makes them, well, let's just say more open to a takeover bid.
So Orcel sees this as an opportunity, a chance to swoop in while they're vulnerable.
Could be. It's a classic power play, but there are some solid strategic reasons for acquiring Banco BPM too.
Okay, like what? Give me the good stuff.
First, Banco BPM is strong in asset management. That's where UniCredit wants to grow.
Oh.
Second, buying Banco BPM is one of the few ways left for UniCredit to truly challenge Intesa Sanpaolo, Italy's biggest bank.
So weaken a rival and strengthen themselves at the same time. Sounds like a win-win to me.
Well, it's not that simple. Even the best plans can go sideways if you don't play the political game right.
Why do you think so?
Well, Germany's a bigger, more stable economy than Italy. And even though Commerzbank's had some issues, they're still a solid institution. Good brand, big customer base.
Plus, you could argue UniCredit already has a strong presence in Italy. Getting Commerzbank would give them geographic diversity, spread the risk a bit.
Exactly. And don't forget the political aspect. The German government's opposition, it's a challenge, but it could also be an opportunity. If Orcel can win them over, it would be a huge win.
It would show he can play hardball, but also work the diplomatic angles, really boost his reputation as a leader.
Absolutely. And in this game, reputation is everything. Attracts talent, opens doors, builds trust with investors.
So even if the Commerzbank deal falls apart, just going after it could be a good move for UniCredit in the long run.
I think so. It shows they're ambitious, willing to take risks, serious about competing on the European stage.
It's like a calculated gamble. Even if they don't get the prize, they still might come out ahead.
Exactly. High risk, high reward. That's how you play the game at this level.
Well, this has been a fascinating look at the world of high finance. We've talked about the motivations, the potential benefits and challenges, the political gamesmanship. But I think the key takeaway for our listeners is this. European banking is at a turning point, and Andrea Orcel is right at the center of it all.
Absolutely. The choices he makes, they're going to have a ripple effect for years to come. This is a story we'll be watching closely.
And for our listeners out there, we want to hear from you. What do you think Orcel should do? Go all in, pick one target, or play it safe? Let us know what you think. Thanks for joining us on The Deep Dive.
Hey, thanks so much for deep diving with us today. Head on over to outlier.com, that's ovtlyr.com, to save time, make money, and start winning with less risk today. And we'll see you next time.